The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sport. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Bulls in Chicago. Looking at the Bulls, they've got an opportunity tonight to sweep the season series 2-0. The coaching staff commented that they feel confident coming into this one. And as we
one of the great sights and places of the Windy City on a crisp evening in Chicago, Navy Pier. We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA. Welcome, everyone. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, C.J. Miles. Despite what he brought to this team in his absence, they've really taken off.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Sonny Weems is out there at Bledsoe, and it's Chandler in at the center position.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago, signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists. Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Now, here's Butler, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Weems dishes to Bledsoe. And the wide-open shot from Morris. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Bledsoe against Rose. Gasol up top. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Tyson Chandler. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly, eventually pulled it together, and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
Now here's Wright, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. From deep, Rose. Tyson Chandler pulls it in.
They've had a cold start so far, just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Gasol against Bledsoe. Pulls up on the wing. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
And that one's good. Drummond's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And Wright kicks to Gasol. Outside Butler. There's the screen. Drummond a screen. 4 on the shot clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. It's Gasol missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now here's Bledsoe. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Chandler a screen. Bledsoe with another miss.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Now, Wright following the three-point attempt by Eric Bledsoe. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, the Phoenix Suns came up short in their playoff hopes again last year. They went 17-24, Clark, on the road, and that didn't help them out.
Not at all, and you factor in a 6-game road losing streak to end the year. That pretty much closed the door on postseason for them.
Lures checked in for Tyson Chandler. He's perfect from the line this time.
And guys, with the Suns last year on the road, they had the 17 wins, but only 7 of them came in conference. So a big part of why they missed the postseason. And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Outside Gasol. Here's the screen. Butler from outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And, you know, as you mentioned, with the Suns, only 7 road wins against the West. 3rd worst in-conference road record of any team. You have to be able to steal wins on the road to make your way to the playoffs out West. Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Good. Drummond's got his 2nd basket of the game.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Now here's Bledsoe. And it's Lure, top of the key. There's a screen. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots, but that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
And here's Bledsoe following Darrell Wright's 3.
His touches disappeared on him this quarter.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Mirotic comes in for Wright. Phoenix also making some changes. Booker, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Knight subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. It's Knight with the drive. Lure can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And Phoenix pushing it up now. And here they go. Here's Weems. Nails the wide open jump shot. Weems got 5 now. Outside Rose. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Knight passes to Morris. Good. He's got 5.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
Here's Rose. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. Counted. His second make in 4 attempts.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Morris with a screen on Rose. Knight wide open. The rebound by Gibson.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now here's Rose. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Back to Gibson. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Again, the miss by Knight. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve, effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Now here's Rose. Brandon Knight missing his last shot. Drummond the screen. And it's sent back by Morris. And oh, here we go. Knight, nobody back. Plays it in off the breakaway. The Bulls leading by 6. Rose with the ball. To the middle. Here's Butler. Second shot opportunity. And it's Drummond missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Here's Weems. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. And Lure gets it to go. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Splitter is checked in for Drummond. Clarkson comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. And Phoenix also making a switch. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Sonny Weems. Now here's Gibson. A 14-point game for him in the win against Charlotte. And again, no good by Chicago. Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Jeff Hornacek.
Kevin, he said in a matchup of teams that appear to have such similar talent, it usually comes down to which side is willing to be more aggressive. That's the message he tried to make very clear to his team before they hit the floor. Will they be assertive to start? We'll see.
Wonderful stuff, Doris. Thanks. I think we could have a tight one on our hands today by the sounds of it.
You know, that's what it looks like. These two teams really are just so similar in so many ways.
And for me, that's why this figures to be such an entertaining matchup, guys. It should be nip and tuck and a real dogfight.
Here's Booker. Aaron Brooks picking up that last basket. Booker dishes to Knight. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Suns trail by 6. To the inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Knight. And that's now 7 points for Markieff Morris.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now here's Brooks. 9 points last game. They get it back. Shots good by Gibson.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And stolen by Splitter. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Brooks misses.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League. In the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes and really provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
Now here's Brooks. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. He kicks it to Gibson. Down low, Splitter lays it up and banks it in. And the Bulls lead by 6.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Rice kicks to Knight. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Bulls up by 6. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls.
I mean, I think it's been noticeable just because this has been my decision, too. And I want to make it great, actually. Not good, but great.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. He clearly gave it a lot of thought, and it's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates, Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Johnny Price out there with Bledsoe. Then it's P.J. Tucker, and it's Chandler, and it's Warren in at the power forward position. Now, here's Tucker. Aaron Brooks missing his last shot. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Prince the pass to Clarkson. Splitter with a screen on Bledsoe. Inside, a reverse, and Splitter with the layup. Splitter's got his second basket of the night.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And the dunk by Chandler.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
The Bulls leading by 4. Now Brooks. Now the feed to Clarkson. 13 feet away. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And there's Price. That's good on the assist from Tucker. Price has got his first 2 points.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Brooks. Good-looking screen by Gasol. 6 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Brooks, that's a 2-pointer. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Bledsoe left side. Fires for 3, and that one's good. Bledsoe's got 7 points. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now, here's Clarkson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Splitter. Wright comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and it's Butler in for Aaron Brooks. Morris is checked in for Phoenix. Sonny Weems comes in for Ronnie Price. Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 7. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Tucker, another 3 for Phoenix.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him. Listen, no doubt the Suns were a competitive team a season ago, especially against that Eastern Conference. Took 18 wins out of the 30 contests they had against the East.
He took good advantage of that screen. Clarkson's got 6 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Bledsoe outside. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Suns did win the games they were supposed to against the East, as you were talking about, Greg. They had no problem with any team, Clark, as you look back on the Eastern Conference.
Well, you look at the record there against the East, 18-12 against that conference, 9-7 against the playoff teams in the East. I'm only one of 9 teams in the entire league that could claim that.
Chicago making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Puts it up from 15. Morris, no good. Bulls have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Bledsoe. And right, here we go. Over to the left wing. Outside Gasol. From 12 feet out. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Gasol's got 5.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
The Bulls leading by 3. And here's Rose. Mirotic the screen. Gasol setting the pick for Butler. Good. 6 points for Rose.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area. Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle, spreading it around.
Rose against Bledsoe. Mirotic the screen. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
In the corner, it's Morris. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 6 assists now in the game. Bulls have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Gasol attacking, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Warren's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Rose against Bledsoe. Here's Morris. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Talk about a terrific game for Morris. 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
Rose, and the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. John Lure, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Booker in for Eric Bledsoe. Phoenix calls timeout.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
The Suns have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. There's the pick. Here's Booker. And the 3 off target.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. Shot off the screen. The 17-footer. Mirotic's shot is off.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And Lure kicks to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. Pass to Knight. To the paint. Here's Lure. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the season.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for the Suns. Outside Rose. Rebounded by Weems.
You know, guys, the Suns went from the 8th seed to finishing 10th in the West. I mean, it would have been a tough task for them to stay in the race, particularly after all the trades. I mean, their team was in transition.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
No one covering. 8 points for Butler.
And when you shake up a roster, as the Suns did last year, it's hard to keep pace. They ended 6 games back of that final playoff spot, but that all happened after they decided to shake things up.
Now here's Booker. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Lure dishes to Chandler. Outside Knight. Rose with some nice D.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now here's Knight. 11 points for him in that last game against Memphis. Kicks it to Booker from downtown. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the inside. Right, the pass to Butler. Here's Drummond, powered down with both hands.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. It's Drummond, high post. The kick outside to Butler. Clock is at 3. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Weems. Phoenix has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. 3-pointer. And Wright pulls it down. Wright's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Rose against Knight. Rose goes in. A second chance effort. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The first one falls. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping. but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Here's Price. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Now here's Knight. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Here's Price following the score by Tayshaun Prince, looking to end his cold spell, and Knight lays it in. Knight's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity. And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Price with the ball. There's the pick. Chandler a screen. Knight, that's a two-pointer, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at...
It's all tied in Chicago. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, gentlemen, I'm here with Tyson Chandler. And Tyson, what was the difference between the first and second quarter in terms of the adjustments?
Well, we did a better job of getting back in transition. You know, they took a lot of three-point shots and made them, and we were able to slow them down in the second quarter.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it's a neck-and-neck game going on in Chicago. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they committed to pounding the ball inside, and they were rewarded for it. Points in the paint. Those kept the defense honest because teams have gotten really good at running the three-point shooters off the line, so getting it inside was a good attack in the first half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, their poor rebounding is really hurting them. It hasn't killed them on the scoreboard yet, but they need to pick it up. This is a game they can win. If they come out hustling in the second half, they can win.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Phoenix has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Rose is the one with Butler as the two. Pau Gasol is out there with Terrell Wright. And it's Drummond in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. And the wide open shot from Rose. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Bledsoe kicks to Morris. Feeds it to Tucker. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Bledsoe right side. And the wing jumper offline.
They've been strong on the board. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
Rose goes in. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
From 15 feet away, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
And taking a look here at some stats for Jimmy Butler. How's the last month of basketball been for him? getting around 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he continues to hone his game. I think the potential is there.
Oh, yeah, you can see the potential clearly, but it's raw, unrefined. He needs to keep polishing it up.
The Suns have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Morris, a screen. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Rose goes in. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
And Rose drops them both.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player, and that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the two sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
That drops. Here is Rose, 13 points in the game. Talking about Eric Bledsoe's contract, many insiders felt like it was too much for a sporadic talent. We knew that he was the good backup in Los Angeles with the Clippers and going to Phoenix in a more prominent role. You know, but he went on to have a dynamic season, proving that, you know, Greg, and you know this position so well, he has the ability to be one of the best league's combo guards, I think.
I agree. I mean, consistency will tell the tale when it comes to Bledsoe. I mean, the rebounds and assists, the averages were up last year, but his shooting percentages were down. So is Bledsoe a near max level player? Only time will tell.
Shot clock at 6. And Gasol gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the Suns call time here.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a 2nd-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek had to say to his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Morris. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Morris has got 13. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. Difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Jumper off the screen, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chandler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Bledsoe kicks to Weems for the lead. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist here tonight. And Clark, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Rose dishes to Gasol. Back to Rose. Launches a 3. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Well, he can give as good as he gets.
Gamesmanship going on right here. You've seen it, Craig. You know exactly what's going on right there. He answers right back with that 3 of his own.
Bledsoe passes to Chandler. Off target with the open look. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. A nice shot by Gasol.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Bledsoe kicks to Weems. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
And it has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
And Butler gets it to go.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Suns trail by 3. Bledsoe outside. Out to the wing. Here's Tucker. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Rose dishes to Gasol. Cloak loose. Here's Weems. 19 points in the game. He dishes it to Bledsoe. Let's go. And he overshot that one, missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Looking at the game for Gasol, 9 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
Chicago making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Wright, and Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. John Lure, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. Booker, he's checked in for Sonny Weems. And Knight subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Both good from the line that time.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
It's Knight with the drive. And again, it's the Suns missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Brooks outside. Mirotic sets the screen for Brooks. Unloads from 13. Booker pulls it in.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
A nice shot by Knight. Chicago leading by 3. Brooks outside. There's the dish to Gasol. Count it from 12. Gasol's got 8 here in the quarter.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Knight against Brooks. Over in the corner. Lure. Left side, Knight. Again, the miss by Knight.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Brooks. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Chicago leading. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Sonny Weems is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Morris in at the 5. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Bledsoe dishes to Knight. He feeds it to Morris. Fades back. Again, Phoenix.
That was a beautiful fadeaway. Knocked it down with the defender right in his grill.
So it's Chicago now. Rose passes to Clarkson. The kick out to Wright. Here's Gibson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroke. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot. You look at what Brandon Knight has done so far. He's got 8 points and 5 assists. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does on both ends.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Clarkson. What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And Bledsoe, here we go. They now take the lead. And the Suns lead by 2.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game. And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving 2, brought back one as well. And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Rose with the ball. Eric Bledsoe covering. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment. And they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. GA, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Morris kicks to Weems. And the Suns get it back. Chandler, he dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
From deep, Rose, and the shot is good. Rose has got 19 points.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
Drummond a screen. Rose attacking. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 21 points in the game.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Bledsoe dishes to Morris. Shot clock at 6. That's good. Morris has got 6 in the quarter.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting 5.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Here's Weems. They double him with Drummond. Weems kicks to Chandler, and he bangs it home with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Steps back and shoots, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. That's 12 points for Jimmy Butler.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question, I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I had a chance to find out what Jeff Hornacek was discussing with his players. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We got to wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
Chicago leading by 3. Now Rose, right side Gasol, shoots a fader. Phoenix grabs the miss. Chandler's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Tucker with the ball. Butler covering. No good from Bledsoe.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
A wide open look here for Wright. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Butler against Bledsoe. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Chicago.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Chicago on defense. The lead is 2. Here's Weems. Buries the long-range jumper. Weems got 4 points now in the quarter. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Gasol wide open. He fires. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game. Suns have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. And Bledsoe, here we go. Tucker the pass to Morris. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Puts it up from 12. And Chandler throws it down.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
And here's Rose. Outside Gasol. It's stolen by Morris. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. The 3. The offensive rebound. And Tyson Chandler again. Now it's a 3-point Suns lead.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Gasol dishes to Butler. For the 3. But they recover it. And it's Wright missing. Suns leading by 3. Tucker with the ball. Butler covering. Weems. Shot is off. So the Bulls will take it the other way. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And it's Rose missing. Phoenix has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Morris outside. And the Suns get it back. And Chandler throws it down.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Now, Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Chicago calls timeout.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Here's Rose. A stupendous finish in traffic. Rose has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Over to the wing. Morris a screen. Bledsoe against Rose. Clock at 6. The feed now to Weems. Here's Tucker. No good on the 3. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career.
Phoenix leading by 3. Bledsoe kicks it to Tucker. They double him with Butler. Here's Morris, and he goes in for the dunk.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
And that one's good. Drummond.
That's what this team needs right now. Solid scoring chances.
The Suns shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Bledsoe kicks to Weems. Here's Morris, and it's Phoenix scoring again. Bulls trail by 5. To the paint. Shoots from 14. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Bledsoe against Rose. No good from Bledsoe.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Drummond sets the screen for Rose. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Now just a 1-point Suns lead. Now here's Bledsoe at the elbow. Chandler. He kicks it to Tucker. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Drummond's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Right side. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Phoenix has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Morris with the ball. Gasol covering, and Chandler throws it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 3. There's 1:38 left in the fourth. There's 1:38 left in the game. Drummond a screen. Pass to Gasol. Chandler with the defensive effort. Suns leading by 3. To the wing on the left for 3. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Butler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Rose. Kicks it to Butler. Inside, he's looking for Drummond and finds him, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And that's 10 straight points points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively. Drummond having a terrific game. He's got 13 rebounds and also a block shot.
No idea we'd see a performance like this one today.
The only way to describe it in my vocabulary is dominance.
Wright sets a screen. Rose passes to Wright. 5 to shoot. Here's Butler. Yes!
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
And the Suns call time. They're losing by 1. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
I think it's a no-brainer here. You got to go 2 for 1 to maximize the clock.
Important, and you're right about clock management. I mean, this is a great opportunity here, but first and foremost, they have got to get a quality shot.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Good D by Gasol.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been off ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Rose up on top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets a floater go. Good work defensively by Morris.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. We were just wondering what would happen next. Major promise. We saw good.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
First off, congratulations on the win. How do you guys evaluate the progression of this team and how things are going right now?
We're getting there. You know, it's we're working hard, executing and going through our plays every practice so we can execute better during games. And I think today we did a decent job of it. I think we still can improve. Too many turnovers, so we gave them a lot of opportunities.
Pal, thank you. Kevin, talent is one thing. Team is an entirely different thing.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark, Craig, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Derrick Rose. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed. And Kenny, you had some words earlier while the game was going on. What do you think?
He was doing some serious battling with the bigs down low. He's not afraid to go hard to the rack wherever he had the chance. He doesn't care about their size. He's going in there, and he's going in there often. I think he caught him off guard with that aggressive behavior.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show. But not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night. And